Alright, now let's send the audio message. So we have to install packages. So let's go ahead and get the packages that we need. We can minimize that and that. So let's go here and then let's start getting the packages. So the first one, we're going to need Flutter Sound record. Flutter Sound record, this one. So let's get this one. So here we can read about the requirements. Okay, so we need to do these requirements. So first let's go on installation, then let's copy that, go back to our application, paps.yml file, and then let's paste that, and then let's minimize and then go on the readme. So we need to add these. Okay, let's copy this. We need to add this in our manifest file for Android. Okay, so let's go back to the application, and then first let's save this so that the package loads. Let's just wait for that. So once it's done, we can come out of there, and then let's go to the Android app, source, and then main, and then Android manifest here, and then up here above the application we can paste those permissions that are required. Let's just move them. All right, once we paste this, we can close that, and then let's minimize this Android, and then let's go back to the package. So now for iOS minimum SDK, that we need to add this use of microphone, but I think we already did add this permission. Let's go to iOS, runner, and then info.plist. We have microphone usage description, this one. Okay, it's this permission. We already added this one for iOS. All right, so this package is done. Let's get the next one. So the next one, let's get the permission handler, this one here. Let's search. So let's get this one. We just need to check for permission before we do that. Let's go on installation, then let's copy that, go back in our application. We can close this and also minimize that. Let's go down here, let's paste that, and then let's save. Let's see if it will load. Okay, looks like it has loaded. Let's click again here. Okay, we don't have any problem, so let's close that. Shouldn't have closed that, we are still working there. Let's go back, and then here let's get another one, audio players. We are going to use this one. Let's click on it, and then let's get this one, the audio players package. So this is a package that we are going to use to play our audio. So let's see if there's a requirement that we need to do. No, we just need to call it. So let's go on installation, copy that, go back to the application, paps.yml file, paste that, then let's Ctrl S, let's save so that that one gets loaded. We can close this, we don't need that. Okay, so yeah, it's still loading. Let's see what it will get. Alright, it's done. Let's minimize and get the next one. So the next one, we're going to need path provider. Okay, this one, where is that? Is our package right here. So this one is just getting the directory of where we are storing the audio. So let's go installation. Let's copy that, go back to the application, let's paste that, then also let's save. Let's just wait for it to finish. All right, it's done now. We can close that, and then we can close that. Now we can start working to play the audio. So first we need to go inside the bottom chat field. Okay, so this is here is the bottom chat field. Let's go up here and then initialize what we need here. So first we're going to need the Flutter sound record. So let's put a now check, and then there's a Flutter sound record. Let's import it. Yeah, and then maybe let's put it on top. Let's cut it from here, and then let's put it here. And then we're also going to need some booleans. So let's say bool is recording. So is recording. This is going to be false. And then the other thing is recording finished. Yeah, maybe is recording finished. Yeah, we will need that. And then what is the other thing? Let's also check bool is sending audio. Okay, is sending audio. Let's also have that bool. Yeah, I think these ones are fine. What is the other one we can need? Okay, yeah, instead of this, let's say is a show send button. Okay, is show send button. All right, so let's have this bool, and then in its state here, let's initialize the Flutter sound record. So Flutter sound is going to be equal to Flutter sound, and then also let's dispose that. The Flutter sound, what is it? Sound recorder dot dispose. Yeah, like that. So now that we have initialized that, down here now let's create our method. So let's start by checking the permission. So let's say check microphone permission like that, and then let's see what Copilot will come up with. Okay, so okay, let's just go through this code once again. So here let's let's not do how it's doing it. First let's have a bool here. Bool, this is going to check has permission. Okay, so this we're not going to check in the sound record. Okay, we need to check in the permission handler. So here we're going to say permissions dot microphone dot is granted. That's what this bool is going to check. Okay, and then after we do that, let's get the status. So let's say final status. Okay, right. Our status is got await permission dot microphone and then request. Okay, now here what we'll do is here now we will check, we will do if the status is equals to granted. If the status is equals to permission dot granted, then we are going to return that this one is going to be true. Okay, so we will return instead of the return keyword here, we're going to say has permission equals to true. Okay, and then in the else here, let's remove everything here. In the else here, we're going to say as permission false, and then eventually here we're going to return has permission like that. Okay, so that's how we are checking if the permission is granted, and then let's create the method to record the audio. Okay, so there, let's get Copilot's method, and then here let's say void start recording. Yeah, let's see what it has done. So here, of course, we are going to check the permission, which is this method. Okay, so if he is got permission, what to do is first we are going to create the temporal directory. So let me just remove all this code for Copilot and do it. Okay, so if has permission, that's where we are going to return the audio, else we need to show this snack bar. Okay, so here inside if has permission, let's remove all this, and then let's create our own. So I'm going to say variable. First we'll create a temporal directory like that, and then for that I'm just going to do what Copilot is suggesting, and then this one we are using our package now, the path provider. Let's import that. So we are going to get that path, and then next we are going to need the file path. Okay, so for the file path, you know that, okay, you can see that Copilot knows what we are doing. So let's click tab. Now this file path we have already created above this. We are using this same file path. Okay, so let's remove this. We are going to use that file path on top, and then now we are going to use this temporal directory dot path, and then we have to store in Flutter sound record, but let's remove this, and then we need to save it like that. Okay, Flutter sound record SEC, and then after we do that, we need to now start recording. Okay, because we have created the path. So now let's start recording. So here we're just gonna say await sound recorder like that, and then instead of what Copilot is calling here, let's remove it. Here we just need to say start. Okay, not that, let's say start like that, and then inside there we have to pass a path. So just like that, what is calling it. So this encoder is just the type, and then this we can just remove the sample. Okay, so we can put the encoder, or we can just if we don't want to put the type here, because we are already saving ASC here. Okay, we can just remove that and have it like that. It can still work. Okay, so after we do this, and then we set the state to our boolean. Okay, let's do set state, and then yeah, this is recording. We are going to set it to true. Okay, it has done these extra brackets, so let's remove them. Okay, so that's how we are going to start recording. And then in the else here, instead of showing this, let's just not do anything. Okay, let's keep it like that. All right, so this will be our method to start recording. Okay, and then now let's create a method to stop recording, because after we stop recording, that's when we are going to send that file message. Okay, so now let's create a stop recording, and then let's see what Copilot will come up with. Okay, so let's go through it again. So here it's going to say await sound recorder dot stop, which is what we want, and then here it's just going to set the recording to false, and then is show send button to true. Yeah, that's what we want. And then also, if it's stop, we want to set sending audio. Okay, so here what's is sending audio, we want to set it to true. So this one we can even remove it here, because this we are going to be changing it depending on we want, when we start typing here, we can be changing this boolean. Okay, so maybe let's remove it here. Yeah, And then what else? Now after we set state here, now here we can send the file message. Okay, send the audio message to Firestore. Then here we've created this message, the send file message, and then here is going to change the audio. Okay, you can see that everything else we have already did, because if we go in this method, we know that this file path we have now set it here when we started recording. Where is that? When we started recording, this file path we have set it, which is the one above there. Okay, so everything else is fine. Now the thing that we need to do is now just to put the icon here for start recording. Okay, so let's see what we must do here. So let's come down to this. Okay, so we come down to expanded widget. Here we have a text field, and then here where we have this arrow up, we need to check. Okay, so here we need to check if is show send let's say show send button. If is show send button, we're going to show this. So let's remove this. If is show send button, we're going to show this icon that we are showing, and then in the else we are going to show the that icon for audio for the mic. Okay, icon which comes from icons.mic. Okay, this icon for the mic. So it looks like we have an extra bracket. Let's remove that. Yeah, and then what is this? Because we have got a constant here. Let's remove this. Yeah, and then we can put the constant inside this padding, constant keyword there, and then on the icon also let's put a constant there. Also this one, let's put a constant. All right, right now we won't see anything because we need to be able to change this. So now to change this, we are going to go here on the text field. So here let's add the unchanged property. So maybe after this decoration, let's have unchanged. Okay, unchanged. So yeah, this one it retains a value, but for us we don't need that value. What we want is to set the state here for this. So it's put more brackets. Let's remove that. Just be careful with when you click tab. When Copilot suggests it keeps on adding more brackets, so you just need to delete the extra ones. So now on changed here, we are going to set if value dot is not empty, we are going to set it to true, else we are going to set it to false. Okay, so now to test this, we need to run the application again. So let's just run it really quickly. All right, the application is started. Let's go there, and then now you can see now we have this audio sign, the mic. If we start typing, it changes to this. Okay, if we go back, remove, it comes back to the mic. If we start typing, it changes to that. Okay, now let's do more, and then here you can see that we are checking if it is loading. We are showing the secular progress dialog, else we are showing that. Okay, so the other thing is here on tab here. Okay, let's check also. Okay, if we have this button, if it's show send button, we are going to, that's when we are going to do this. So let's put it there. If we have that button, that's when we are going to send it. In the else, we won't do anything. Okay, just in case you try to tap that, if it's there, we're just covering every errors that we can encounter here. Okay, and then now let's add another on another property on long press. Okay, here is where we want to send the audio. Okay, so also here, because we are going to, okay, we are sure that the long press will only happen, we only want the long press to happen if there is this. Okay, even the on tap, we only want it to happen if there is that arrow button. Okay, that's why everywhere now, let's check. Even on long press, we'll check if there is show send button. We're going to do now, and then in the else we are going to start recording. Okay, because we want the long press to only work when we have this. Okay, and then again, let's have the on long press up. Now when you release that button on long press up, yeah, here also we are going to do the same. Okay, so since the on long press is working when we have this icon, so here we can just directly call stop recording. Okay, stop recording, just like that. So these functions now are added here. We can send the message. Now we just need to try it, but I'm not to try it. I want to connect back my real device now, because I don't think it will work on the emulator. Okay, let me fire up my real device. And then also I've noticed here, when we have sent the text, we are requesting focus here. Okay, we need to remove focus even here on the file. We don't want to request focus here, we want to unfocus. Okay, like that. We don't want when you send the image and then the keyboard comes up. No, we don't want, we want to remove the keyboard. Even here, let's unfocus. Okay, so that's just the small changes. So now that we have put the method now to send the audio message, it's time to test it. Okay, but I'm not going to test it in this video, because now I need to connect my real device. So let's end this video right now. I'm just gonna run the visor so that you can see the real device here, and then we'll test sending audio from there. So thank you guys, and see you in the next video.